You've probably had a question that you have thought about throughout your entire life, whether it be like, where am I going in life? What am I going to do with the rest of my life? That is a philosophical question, regardless if you're just wanting to know what kind of job you're going to do or whatever. It's still a philosophical question.
I'd say life is a choose your own adventure book. And what philosophy does is it does that thing where you say, you can go to page 20 if this happens, or go to page 80 if this happens. And on page 80, it just says you die. You're playing those games and you just skip that bit and you don't go to page 80, you decide to go to page 20 after all. That's what philosophy can do for you.
One key trait about philosophy is that there's like unresolved arguments all the time that never can come to a consensus or agreement. It's always disagreements constantly, but that's actually part of a trait that's actually really good.
A little bit of philosophy makes you Deepak Chopra. Studying philosophy makes you an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But the question here, Dave, is, what do you mean by a little?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Living with Philosophy. I don't know where these two are, but whatever, it's fine. We're gonna get going. We got Barry and we got Opie with us today. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Today, I'm excited because I brought memes. I brought memes today. I thought we've got top 10 philosophy anime quotes of all time.
You weren't kidding. Okay.
And this video is 3 years old. So it's not going to have anything that's like...
You told me it was going to be live.
What are you talking about?
You said we were going live. This video is 3 years old?
Yeah, we are live. This isn't live. Are you okay? So this video is 3 years old, but it has...
years ago.
It has 200...
Before the show started.
It has 200,000 views. 200,000 views on this video. Wow. So I didn't pick one that was like, some random... This is like a popular one. So...
It's 11 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not watching 11 minutes of fucking Japanese cartoons. Come on.
That's okay, you don't have to. It's literally just the audio clip of the characters with a visual of the characters saying whatever the thing they're saying is.
Oh, okay.
Calm down. So that's what we're doing today. Barry's already freaking out. Barry's nervous because he doesn't like when I know more about the subject than he does.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be nervous all the time then, is that it? Generalized anxiety.
Oh no. Oh no.
Give me my result, but no, that's
all right. Do you guys just want to dive into this?
Yeah.
All right.
Go.
I mean, make sure that you guys can hear this.
You heard what I said and then called me a liar. Now you refuse to believe what I've shared. Your mind may not want to accept these revelations, but inside you there's a voice saying, accept it, it's the truth. Soon you'll know. Time will help. I feel sorry about your confusion, but this world's never really been about truth or lies. In this world, there's only one thing that's worth knowing. Hard facts. Despite this universal truth, people misguidedly choose to only accept the facts that appeal to their way of thinking. They're so limited, they can only accept the truths that are comfortable for them. So, this is simply about wanting to hang on to your personal power. Realizing things may not have been as we accepted them to be unsettles us. It's overwhelming. Are you absolutely sure that you know the truth? You heard what I said and then...
Okay, so that's Eisen's first one.
Wait now. That sounds just like something the American Psycho guy would say to a girl he was murdering. All of it.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I mean, it does sound like that, yeah.
Feels like gaslighting.
What's his name? Not Bateman. What's his name?
Yeah, Patrick Bateman.
Patrick Bateman, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have to make a note, I think, chat. You're gonna have to keep track and notice how many of these are gonna be the villains of of their story or of the time of which they're giving their speech. I don't know. This one got me at the do you know the truth? Life is actually about facts, and it's like, what do you think a fact is, sir?
Oh, but if you heard it, you would know and you would accept it. So,
Well, he's mostly just talking about the psychology of people not being able to accept something that's happening. So, like, from a psychology standpoint, sure, but from a philosophy standpoint, I feel like some of these words are not the words he thinks they are.
That's the kind of thing. That's just abusive language. It's not good.
I mean, he's the bad guy.
We're
okay, good.
fallible creatures, so like we don't know what actually is true. Like we don't actually know what is true. You know.
It's
like
well,
in capital T truth that he's talking about. You know.
Yeah, I mean, Eisen is clearly like his idea is just wrong, but his concept is there, because like the concept is like, I can tell you the truth, then you can lie to me, like tell me I'm lying and refuse to accept the thing that I'm saying, and then you find out the thing that I'm saying is the truth.
No, he's making the worst possible sin that any philosopher can commit, which is he's making an exception of himself.
Ah, that's true. He does do that. That is.
I didn't come up with that. A guy on Humans of New York on Tumblr was talking to a guy, and he said, "What do you do?" He said, "I'm a professor of philosophy." And he said, "If you could say one thing about philosophy to everybody, what would it be?" And he'd say, "Don't make an exception of yourself."
Well, he's making
sense,
a whole speech. His whole speech is basically about cognitive dissonance, right?
Yeah, but none of it applies to him.
Right, because he knows the truth.
Fuck. No,
supposedly.
Fuck he does, yeah.
He knows the absolute hard fact that truth and falsity don't matter and aren't real, and only facts matter, as if that doesn't have any perspective to it.
Yeah, and he's willing to accept
there's a religion.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that's wacky about this character is that kind of plays a little bit into this idea that he has, is his special ability of his sword is that he can put people under like perfect hypnosis. And like a perfect, so he can just make people believe whatever he wants them to believe if they ever see his sword release. So it's like, it's kind of a little bit unfair when he is literally controlling people's reality for him to complain that people don't believe him or don't know what the fuck's going on.
Is this early Eisen then?
Like, when does he say this in the series?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It seems like early.
I think it might be when he takes the Hogyoku from Rukia at the end of the Serite arc.
So that's early.
Oh, really? Yeah. Then at the end of the Serite, when he takes the Un from Roku. Yeah.
Pretty close.
Why don't the two of you guys fuck off? Yeah? Fucking bullshit.
I don't know how else to explain when. The end of the first arc.
That's fine. No, that's okay. The main thing is that you exclude me. It doesn't matter how you express that.
Yes,
You're fine.
Exactly.
You're fine. You're fine.
You can make up Japanesey sounding words too, you know.
I think this is abusive psychology is what this is, not philosophy.
Well, we know it was definitely before he got the Hizuyaki from Yamamoto, yeah?
Do you know that Yamamoto's a character?
No, I don't know. I don't know what this is. Is this a show? This is obviously a television show, right? Of some kind.
Yeah, it's a show called Bleach.
Oh, Bleach! I've seen that on a magazine, not a manga cover.
Like a shonen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a shonen. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the bad guy.
Yeah.
And
is it supposed to be still, or is it just an audio put onto a still image?
It's an audio put onto a still image.
Okay, because the girl doesn't sound happy. She definitely sounds like she's been assaulted in the background.
I think that's Ichigo getting stabbed.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's the same
with
kind of idea.
With hard facts.
Yeah. Sharp, hard
and a sword.
It gently rammed into him. Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Opie? Or play the next
that was
one?
about it.
Okay.
Yeah, play the next one.
All right, next one.
Is this also from Bleach?
No.
Youth is a lie. It is nothing but evil.
This one out.
Those who look to rejoice in their youth deceive themselves and those around them, accepting in full the circumstances that devour them. In the face of the great and reverend word youth, they will twist any common interpretation or accepted notion out of recognition. In their minds, Lies, secrets, sins, and even failure are nothing more than the spice of youth. If failure is truly the designated mark of one's youth, then would it not be considered abnormal for one not in his youth to still fail at befriending anyone? But I'm sure none of them would admit to that being true. They only define youth to their own benefit. In conclusion, I leave you with this. All you fools who delight in youth, drop dead.
That dude just sounds depressed.
Yeah.
Is he saying that
But
young
also,
people
like-
get away with doing more bad stuff?
I think he's saying that like failure is more acceptable when you're young and not when you're older.
Well,
Yeah, but it is.
They have the privilege to
Yeah.
make those mistakes. So.
Yes.
They don't have enough time. Yeah, that's fair. He just seems annoyed
Oh,
by it, though. I
and-
mean, why is he annoyed?
They need that time to fuck up.
Yeah, how are you supposed to learn anything?
Hmm.
I
Wait until you
think
get
this
old,
youth
then
is
start
also
to-
like specifically adolescence, where
Yeah,
they're trying
high
to
school.
also the high part that was like recognition. So like a lot of this is having to do with your standing among peers. So
Have you seen this show then?
I actually don't know
No.
which show this is,
me either.
Oh, okay.
so I don't know this
Okay.
one. If you guys recognize this guy, because he looks so goddamn generic.
Yeah.
That's a bit racist.
Talk to me about anime protagonists and how there's so many of them that look basically identical.
It's actually people in the anime industry are like pissed off about how often that is the case, because like they
Yeah.
want to make good stuff and they have to keep on putting out drivel. So
Oh yeah, yeah. The machine, the capitalism.
Well, no, Theodore Sturgeon said 90% of everything is crap.
To me, this sounds like the ideas of a depressed 14-year-old who doesn't like other 14-year-olds. And
Or
like
himself.
this guy thinks he's got it figured out, but like
early new
No.
atheism.
atheism plus.
Neonatal atheism. Jesus.
I mean, obviously, I don't think we agree with this guy, but do we think that his reasoning is sound?
No, not at all.
I don't accept anything from anybody who ends a paragraph of things he just launched at me with "in conclusion."
QED.
No. Yeah, QED. No, I'll decide if you're concluded or not, mate. I'm the other person in this conversation. Yeah.
Therefore,
Yeah.
oh, this is from My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu. Is that what this one is? It might be. I like that
Teen
this is
Romantic
coming out of something called a comedy. His whole
I mean, this
statement is
seems-
ironic.
Yeah, it seems like a joke, actually, probably.
My youth romantic comedy is wrong as I expected. Let me get a synopsis. A pessimistic, close-minded, and realistic teen who is forced by his teacher to join the school's service club and work with two girls with issues of their own. They offer help and advice to others while dealing with their inner conflicts. So it's not sarcastic. He's not being sarcastic. It's not. But he's overtly edgy because like he's supposed to be like out of sorts. He's supposed to be out of sorts and wrong.
So what Opie said, early new atheism.
I mean, I guess he's not really wrong that like youth is such a loosely defined term that like that changes as you get older. And like it's only going to be whatever you remember it to be. Not that that's quite what he's saying, but there's a point in there.
Potential to fuck up as youth.
Well, when I was 20, 50 was like old. And now I'm 50, and it doesn't seem so old.
Yeah. The next one is Jujutsu Kaisen.
I'm not saying a bunt is bad. Baseball is a team sport, and everyone has their role to play. But Jujutsu sorcery is an individual sport.
Isn't working with the other sorcerers important?
Of course. But no matter how many allies you have around you, When you die, you'll be alone.
Jesus, Gojo, calm down.
You can only piece together undervalued data on yourself and others. You can't imagine a stronger future version of yourself. Maybe that's because of your trump card. You believe that in the worst case, you can resolve everything at the cost of your life. And at that point, forget about beating me. You'll never even measure up to Nanami. Dying to win and risking death to win are completely different. Give it your best. Be greedier.
All right.
Okay, completely unnecessary slam on Nanami. That was unnecessary, dragging that lad into it.
Fair,
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
Nobody. Also, what's a bunt?
In baseball, when you don't swing the whole way, you just hold the bat and the ball bounces off the bat.
It forces the team, the defending team, to scramble for the ball, and you typically get a base.
One base out of it. Yeah.
Okay, it's like, is it seen as like underhanded, like a bad form, or
no? It's just that you're not swinging for the stands yourself. Yeah. You're doing a little tiny little so that your teammate can score instead of you.
Okay, it's a legitimate play. Then nobody hates it.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gojo, I mean, as much as he's being a little, the character's name is Gojo, as much as he's being a little bit edgy here, in like the whole blah 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 death thing, because I mean, it is life or death in the show, so everybody's gonna die alone, whatever. There's
which is very true.
There's only in the sense that we live alone.
Yeah, we are kind of isolated.
No, but
Inside
like even if your loved one is holding your hand on the hospital bed, you're still dying alone, in some sense. So.
Yeah, they're not dying.
Sure.
You are, right?
You could say that about living alone as well.
Yeah.
You're living alone too. Even if you live with somebody and you're married and so on, you're still inside your own head when you live.
Yeah. There's a piece of you that's still you. Yeah. We went through this.
I've walled off because I've been hurt too much.
There's a the thing that he's kind of getting at is like, I mean, it's great if you're playing a team sport, but you're not playing a team sport. Like, your life isn't a team sport. Your life is an individual as an individual. So you shouldn't be wasting it, and you should be playing for yourself to a degree. That's why it's like, be greedier. Play to win.
Your home run. Yeah.
Never be satisfied with third base.
And also, like, I mean, I don't entirely disagree with the idea either. I think this was the first one that I'd be like, okay, this actually does fall under philosophy of, like, the way you're living your life. The other ones were kind of, like, not really philosophy. This one, to me, actually I think this hits the philosophy string. This hits the vibe.
Also, wording those two comparisons slightly differently is a very common thing in philosophy,
Yeah. I do like the concept. How many states are in
your union, OP? How many states are in your
13.
union? The original.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? It's really nice. Yeah.
I like the concept of you dying doesn't mean you lost either.
In some cases, yeah.
So dying doesn't mean you've lost whatever your goal was. It just depends on whatever your goal was. If your goal was to do X, Y, or Z and it cost your life to get it, it certainly doesn't mean you've lost. That is like the dying to win, right?
There's movies like that have that plot, isn't there? The guy had to die to win.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a few of them like that, yeah.
Yeah. It's just it's
like,
a bit of pragmatism.
Terminator.
In Rogue One, it's like that, isn't it?
I haven't seen
Rogue One. You have to die to win. He dies at the end.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, yeah.
Dumbledore dies to win, which is still really stupid, in my opinion. Snape kills Dumbledore.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I still think Snape had the dumbest death ever.
Thermopylae died to win. Sorry, spoiler alert. I know it's 400 BC, but a spoiler alert.
There's lots of like games and strategies that utilize like sacrificing pieces. So it's are you considering yourself a piece in whatever game you're playing, and what are you trying to win? And what Gojo is saying is like, don't do that all the time. You can't constantly sacrifice yourself to make the winning play for the team, because this life isn't a team game.
Thanks, Gojo.
Thanks, Gojo.
I love your berries.
All right, do you want to do the next one?
Yeah.
So the next one is Naruto.
Naruto.
You and I are the same. We're both
Pain.
motivated by our desire for peace and justice. The justice that I have delivered against the Leaf Village is no different from what you are trying to do to me. Everyone feels the same pain when losing something dear. You and I have both experienced that pain. You strive for your justice, and I strive for mine. We're both just ordinary men who have been driven to seek vengeance in the name of justice. And if one comes to call vengeance justice, such justice will only breed further vengeance and trigger a vicious cycle of hatred. Right now, we live in such a cycle. I know the past and can foretell our future. It is the same as our history. So we believe that human beings simply cannot understand each other, and they never will. The shinobi world of ours is ruled by hatred, and hatred alone. So, Naruto, how would you confront this hatred in order to create peace?
He'd headbutt it.
I want to know what your answer is.
Pull the lever. Oh, okay. There's two things here, right? First is you can't access somebody else's thoughts. And secondly, if you decide to do something based on hate, there's a good chance you're just going to create more hate and you'll end up with this cycle of bullshit.
Right.
I'm fine with two of those things.
I think the other thing is different definitions of justice. He describes justice, he's like, I'm taking justice on the Leaf Village, just like what you're now trying to take justice on me. And I'm like, well, is your justice justified? Right? And that's the disagreement, right? Do different...
He says, I'm taking... he says, if you take justice to mean vengeance. He doesn't say justice is vengeance. He said, if you do, then this.
Yes.
That's fair enough.
But initially he said, we are doing the same thing. I did it to these guys, now you're doing it to me.
Yeah,
right?
But that's just a James Bond kind of thing to say, isn't it?
I mean, he is the bad guy.
We're not so different, you and I, Mr. Bond.
Yeah. I mean,
it's nothing like it.
I think justice is a loosely defined term anyway. I mean, it's a concept, but...
The closest to actual justice is the cardinal virtues, I would say. So, there's fortitude, there's temperance, and prudence, and with those three, then you can actually find justice. But it's very
Where are you getting
it's
these from?
Much. Are they Aristotelian or Platonic? I don't know. But the four cardinal virtues, they're in the Sistine Chapel. I know
Greek
that
philosophy.
too. Yeah.
Okay.
Shall I pull them up?
Yeah, you can try. But the ultimate evil is lack of fortitude, so...
Just being a wuss.
Well, you could...
Having no internal courage.
Well, if you're, prudent and tempered, if you know what is right and wrong, but you don't do anything about it, that's worse,
Later.
Prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance.
And then
Prudence, the ability to discern the appropriate course of action to be taken in a given situation at the appropriate time with consideration of potential consequences, and cautiousness. Justice is about fairness, courage,
get it through.
Forbearance, strength, and endurance, and fortitude,
look,
dedication to the ability to confront fear and uncertainty.
Courage, Andrea, I married one of those.
Temperance is restraint, practice of self-control.
So procrastinate.
But these are also, all of them can be defined or enacted differently, right?
Yeah.
So even if you have two people following the four cardinal virtues, you still might end up with drastically different actions, right? Or outcomes.
Exactly.
And people will define those things differently anyway. All of those things.
Well, I think
Have
that's part of the
different-
debate, right?
Kind of a cloud of things,
That's also
and you
the
kind
point of virtue ethics too. So
That is supposed to be
Yeah.
flexible.
hmm
I feel like if you're going to have ethics, your ethics do need to be flexible to some degree. Like, flexibility ought to be part of it because context and consideration need to...
you have to be able to adapt to the new information coming in. So
Yeah.
But then anytime Thrasymachus tries to nail down one of those definitions, Socrates smacks him like a bitch.
I mean, that is his what he do. He do be
that's
like that.
that's the worst part about Socrates and philosophy is the gotcha game. You know.
Yeah.
I think Thrasymachus, it might not be a real person because nobody's going to sign up for that.
I think it's one of those things too where each one of these cardinals is something that you could debate, like, okay, well, what would you do? And you might be able to pin down, like, within a smaller group of people. Like, if you get a handful of people that are all like-minded to begin with, right? That are all like, okay, we're from the same-ish area, we've grown up in the same sort of situations, we have, like, a similar cultural expectations, and you slap them in a room together, and you give them infinite amount of time to discuss and debate these things, and then you start throwing scenarios at them, and you could probably nail them down to get to a relatively consistent response.
Oh yeah.
But
These
like
the three of them, not Justice, but the other three are kind of more easily empirically observable between the three. You know, the three of us versus like what is right and wrong. That's way.
I mean,
harder to observe.
prudence would be really difficult, right? It's the ability to discern the appropriate course of action to be
Like
taken
wisdom.
in a different
Yeah, wisdom.
situation. Yeah, but that's like that's I think that's difficult to do and difficult to measure, right? Because you need time to see the consequences. So, like, is it right to go back in time and kill baby Hitler? Right? Like, well, you don't know what the consequences of that are going to be.
No.
I guess it has to
What
be a
else-
scenario where you know the consequences.
What Smitty said down here, he said, somebody having no motivation to do the right thing is a great thing if they're wrong about what's right.
That's true.
People say that to me sometimes. Barry, you have no ambition. I say, yeah, you know who had loads of ambition? Stalin.
One of my favorite abilities in Dungeons and Dragons is from 4th edition. The epic destiny for the rogue is called Thief of Legend, and it says that you can steal things that are incorporeal. So you can steal somebody's eye color, or you can steal and I quote, the example they give is the ambition from a warlord.
Oh my goodness.
You have to. They can't be conscious when you do it, but
No.
but you can
That's amazing.
steal ambition from other people. Now it then
That's
brings
amazing.
up a whole ton of questions about, like, what does that look like? Can I put the ambition in my pocket? Does it dissipate? Can I give it to somebody else? Like, it's
Oh
wacky.
no! It just says steal. You can't give.
Yeah. All it says is you can steal the ambition from a warlord, and it's like, okay, does it now have a corporeal form? I don't know what this means. And the DM has to make that decision, and good luck, because any answer you pick is a nightmare.
Dude, if you're actually Jewish, I apologize. That's just supposed to be funny.
There's one of those things where it's like, again, I think wisdom is a little bit more common than people think, but I think it's a little bit more complicated than people think.
Oh yeah. You have to fuck up in your youth to get it. So
You have to go through some shit.
yeah.
Sometimes those things aren't even your fault. Like, sometimes those things are just, like, nobody's fault, or sometimes they're just whatever, but it is some shit, whatever it is.
That's what Picard said. He said sometimes you can get everything right and still fuck up. Don't worry about it, Data.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was the data he was talking about, right? There's only so much data you can analyze. All right, next one. Do we agree with Pain? So I think we agreed with Pain, ultimately.
Oh, it might be
To a
Jewish.
degree.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Polish Jewish.
I want to know what your answer is.
Oh, here we go.
Myuri.
The perfect being, you said? Well, I have to tell you the honest truth as I see it. In this world, nothing perfect exists. It may be a cliché after all, but it's the way things are. That's precisely why ordinary men pursue the concept of perfection. It's infatuation. But ultimately, I have to ask myself, what is the true meaning of being perfect? And the answer I came up with was nothing. Not one thing. The truth of the matter is, I despise perfection. If something is truly perfect, that's it. The bottom line becomes, there is no room for imagination. No space for intelligence, or ability, or improvement. Do you understand? To men of science like us, perfection is a dead end, a condition of hopelessness. Always strive to be better than anything that came before you, but not perfect. Scientists agonize over the attempt to achieve perfection. That's the kind of creatures we are. We take joy in trying to exceed our grasp, in trying to reach for something that, in the end, we have to admit, may in fact be unreachable. In other words, you may think that we operate on the same level, but you're wrong. The moment you started talking about perfection, you embraced an impossible concept, and it already lost to me. That is, of course, if you are indeed a scientist at all.
There are many times.
Okay.
No, exactly. I'll start. So, the Japanese aesthetic concept, wabi-sabi, comes into play here, especially with influencing anime specifically. So it has to do with, like, accepting that all things are imperfect and impermanent, and that's something that they really appreciate over in Japan. So it permeates a lot of their just their whole
storytelling,
worldviews. Yeah. I mean, like, look at their a lot of their like demons and spirits and stuff like that. Like the Oni have like either one or like asymmetrical horns and stuff like that. So,
well, even this guy we're looking at is incredibly asymmetrical in his character design.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think I agree with him. So this guy is sort of an antagonist, but not the villain. Like, he's not the bad guy. He's just not exactly a good guy, let's say.
He's very eccentric.
But yeah, this guy's also from Bleach. His ethics are definitely, like, his medical and scientific ethics are questionable, but I think his concept on perfection and the pursuit of it are probably the least toxic thing about him.
Well, I mean, there's different ways of looking at it. You could take the artist's kind of... Sorry, Opie.
No, you were right on track for what I was about to say, so, yeah.
You could take the art... We'll see how on track I am. You could take the artist's way of looking at it, and if you're an artist, they strive for perfection that they know they'll never attain. So I think it's like, it's fine to understand that you're reaching for something you can never get at, but you're still pointed in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't see any problem with that at all. He's saying that there's some kind of horrible cognitive dissonance going on. There doesn't have to be. I can say perfection doesn't exist, but that's what I'm aiming for, even if I never get it.
I think he's saying that, like, you can acknowledge perfection as a concept, but never actually reach it. If you accept or believe that you've reached it, then you have nowhere to go. Right?
Yeah.
Like, if I finish a painting, like, as an artist, and I'm like, this painting is perfect, why would I ever paint again? I think that's what he's that's the hopelessness that he's talking about. That's the you have nowhere to go.
If you are a painter at all. Yeah.
If I am a painter at all. And then, like, that's like what he's getting at with this scientific endeavor. It's like you accept that you might never get the answer, but there's also progress to be made that somebody who comes after you can make.
Yeah.
A big thing in martial arts is, like, typically in most of the traditional ones, there's no such thing as actually a 10th degree black belt for most of them. Usually it's posthumously given to a 9th degree. Because, like, if you're alive when you get your 10th degree, that's like the saddest thing. Like, there's nothing else left for you to pursue in that martial art. That's kind of depressing. So
you got to give up and take up carpentry or something after that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, retiring. I mean, I think that that's a good way to kind of view whatever your hobby or whatever your passion is to understand that perfection isn't strive for perfection, but you never want to reach it. I think that's what Mayuri is getting at. And like,
It is a
are
death
you
simulation,
really
yeah.
a scientist, or are you really an artist, or are you really in pursuit of these things if you have already reached perfection? Are you actually that thing?
No,
if that's
you're done,
what you
then.
believe. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're done, then you're done.
These
like
identities that we give ourselves, that like that are jobs or roles like that, it's in the pursuit, not the actual end goal.
A drawing or a painting is never done. It's just put on indefinite hiatus.
Mm.
You
That's
can
a good
be
way to look
you
at
can
it.
be done with something and it not be finished or perfect. You just be like, well, I'm done
Maybe
with
the real
this.
perfection was the friends we made along the way.
Oh, that's very anime of you. All right, next one.
Like I've published articles and
Wait,
stuff,
hold on,
as
hold
you
on.
know.
The next quote will be, "I take a chip and I eat it." There we go.
So the next one is going to be Death Note, and this is L from Death
There
Note.
are many types of monsters in this world. Monsters who will not show themselves and who cause trouble. Monsters who abduct children. Monsters who devour dreams. Monsters who suck blood. And monsters who always tell lies. Lying monsters are a real nuisance. They are much more cunning than other monsters.
They pose as humans, even though they have no understanding of the human heart. They eat, even though they've never experienced hunger. They study, even though they have no interest in academics. They seek friendship, even though they do not know how to love. If I were to encounter such a monster, I would likely be eaten by it. Because in truth, I am that monster.
Wake up to
What's
Psychopathy.
the monster? The guy who never lies. Is that what you're saying? Or always lies?
Always lies.
Always lies.
Okay, well those guys are easy to control then if they always lie. Just do the opposite.
Yeah.
If you know, that's the thing that he's saying is difficult.
If you know that they're a psychopath, yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
this is
and
a,
if you
this is a mix
are-
of psychopathy and sociopathy. It's talking about one or the other.
Yeah. And then he says, I lie all the time, then he said at the end of it, is it?
Yes, but he says, in truth, I am that monster, so how can he be that if he's always lying?
Wait, is that the guy with the book or the cop? Which one is he?
He looks like the cop.
Well, I wouldn't call it, he's the detective.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one is Light with the red hair.
I got
Red
that
brown
book.
hair.
About the guy who writes somebody's name in the book and they're dead.
Yeah, Death Note.
It's fun. It's so much fun.
It's a good one, just don't watch the second season. the second half
Would you
of it.
press?
I only read the book.
Would you press the button to get $10 million if someone just got death noted?
Yes. Yes, I would
It's a fun
absolutely.
nod.
I would absolutely, like, without even hesitation, I'd probably slap it a couple times.
If it was
just an interesting-
$10, you'd slap it.
What are the odds? Ba, 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 ba.
No, it'll never be you. It'll be somebody else, obviously.
It's somebody else on the planet at random, right?
Yeah.
It's far more likely to be somebody in India and China.
Ba, 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 ba.
They already have too many people. You're doing them a favor, really.
Realistically.
I just
Realistically.
keep hitting that button so often. You know what? I'll
Um,
just get someone else to do it. I'll hire someone else to hit the button for me over
That's
and
the
over
kind
again.
of sad thing. Like, there's that and like the belief in like reincarnation in some cultures where like if like somebody gets run over by a car, like it's like borderline unremorseful because like they'll just go through the
Yeah, you just got isekai'd, bro. You just got reincarnated. That's the whole concept. If you believe if you believe that when you die you go to a better place, if you believe in reincarnation, or like any kind of like cycle like that, there's no reason for you to really not hit the button. You're just doing everybody favors.
Yeah, but you'll come back as a wretched creature.
Me? Maybe, but I also get to... That's fine, I'll deal with that for a couple of lives, and then we'll be fine again.
A little cycle, yeah.
Yeah. If I'm doing them favors, why would I come back as a wretched creature? I'm helping them.
But in this life, you get $10 million.
Yeah, me and April are on the same page. Shit, I'd hit that button for a Klondike bar.
What would you do?
I don't know about L's assessment. Again, it feels more like psychology than philosophy.
Yeah.
It's like an assessment of society.
Only this last sentence is philosophical.
Yeah, the rest of it is all just like describing that humans are different types of monsters and identifying them is difficult, and then starts to talk about a specific type.
You have to kind of live near one to see it happen. It doesn't do it justice to see like somebody act. Yeah, it's like acted on a screen or something like that. It's very different when you live it. So
there's also like this other interesting thing, because if he's claiming to be the monster that always lies, and then but he's also telling you about humanity, then maybe what he's saying about humanity isn't accurate either.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's like, I'm a monster that always lies, except for this one sentence.
Except for this one sentence.
Yeah, and that sentence explaining it.
Yeah.
This statement is false, but that statement was true, the one where I lied.
Well, the fun part about this one, too, is he actually describes Ryuk pretty accurately. Incidentally, he's actually describing the Shinigami incredibly accurately, but he doesn't know what those are. And the Shinigami is just like you read the book. You're fine. You know what that is.
Yeah, he's got the apple. He likes apples.
Yeah, does he, though? He doesn't feel hunger.
He says he likes apples.
Yes, he does.
And they keep giving him apples, and he's happy with it.
Is he?
Is he?
Maybe just correct him. Do you know something about him and the apples?
He's a pea zombie. He's a pea zombie.
A what?
A pea zombie.
Like urine?
No. Philosophical.
Oh, you mean like the language thing? Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand. Nothing to do with urine. I understand now, sorry. That would be weird, a pea zombie. Anyway, never mind.
I don't know if I agree with L on any of what he said.
Yeah, he's got a very negative view of things. But
it was meandering.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't think it was philosophy. I think it was psychology.
It's Brazilian wax philosophy.
Yeah. It's like I'm 14 and this is deep.
And that monster.
Wake up to reality.
Madara.
Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world. The longer you live, the more you will realize that the only things that truly exist in this reality are merely pain, suffering, and futility. Listen. Everywhere you look in this world, wherever there is light, there will always be shadows to be found as well. As long as there is a concept of victors, the vanquished will also exist. The selfish intent of wanting to preserve peace initiates wars, and hatred is born in order to protect love. There are nexuses, causal relationships that cannot be separated.
He contradicted himself there.
Yeah, absolute horseshit from beginning to end.
He said all there is futility, pain, and suffering, and despair. It's like, but then he also listed that wherever there is love, hope, and all this good stuff, like there you'll find the other stuff. It's like, well,
It's seems like I'm evil cause evil, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Chucky Fanta.
It's I wouldn't say cynicism, pessimism. The reason why I don't say cynicism is because I attribute cynicism to Diogenes, not like whatever we call cynics now.
Oh yeah,
the dog stuff.
To me, it kind of just seems like this is pessimism pushed to the point of delusion.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you can be pessimistic and be like, oh, this person really likes me, but, the relationship's not going to last, or blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, you can be pessimistic about it, but you still acknowledge that the relationship is there. Whereas Madara is almost trying to pretend that those relationships, therefore, don't matter. So there's, a slash of, nihilism in there, where it's everything is negative all of the time. And it's like, bro, then why are you trying to take over the world? What is your fucking point? What are you doing?
Yeah.
everything
it's just
everything is futile in this world, and plans never go as planned, and so I'm gonna take over the world. It's like, what?
Have you ever came across somebody that was truly that depressed and nihilistic? Though it's really hard to walk them away from that, cliff. So.
Oh yeah, that's like if you're in the kind of position, that sort of nihilistic, pessimistic, living on the edge sort of situation. You're talking about like they either need to go full circle and go clown mode, where it's like, aha, nothing matters, life's a joke. And you go sort of like almost Joker mode, but not like
absurdism.
Absurdism, yeah. Or you're just like, okay, and also here's like a really big medical bill and years of therapy.
Okay, I was going to say there's a third option, late 90s Trent Reznor, but I guess that was the second option.
All right, all this sounds like to me from Madara is I'm a loser and I suck. So I am the one who loses all the time, so everything never goes to plan. And it's like, what are you, Wile E. Coyote?
Oh, that's like the joke.
Like...
the joke is like there are two types of women, said the guy who's only ever dated two women.
Right. I think it's with to me with Madara, I think it's just like self-delusion and absurdism. Like what he's describing is just absolutely absurd, and he's only describing it that way because he's a loser. Which is funny because he's like the most powerful being at the time.
Top 10, yeah.
Yeah, in his world, he's incredibly powerful, but he's always like a fucking loser.
you can win and still be a loser.
Right. Then we're back. Now we got to rotate back around to being like, got back to Gojo and being like, hey, dying doesn't mean you lost. Winning doesn't mean you won. It's one of those things.
Mm-hmm. I would definitely listen to that guy's album, though.
Oh, yeah, this guy or Gojo?
Yeah. This guy. Oh, Madara. He hates everybody and everything, and he's got that haircut. Yeah, that album's going to be fire.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely got like a solid metal, glam metal do. Go on.
No, I was thinking of Itachi. That's the better band.
Oh, yeah. No, Itachi is definitely better than Madara, yes. The superior Uchiha.
In terms of moodiness.
I hate
Oh
nice
no, this
girls.
guy got...
This guy again.
Just exchanging hello makes me nervous.
This guy's album is going to be shit.
Texting just makes it even worse.
Why is it their fault?
Hold on. This is like sad emo,
Yeah, social anxiety. I hate nice girls. They say hi to me and it freaks me out, and that's their fault. So I hate them.
Yeah.
This is philosophy, guys.
Philosophy, everybody.
I hate nice girls. Just exchanging hello makes me nervous. Texting just makes it even worse. If I get a call, then for the rest of the day, I'll keep checking my phone history with a wide grin on my face. But I know the truth. They're just being kind. Anyone kind to me is also kind to others. I always end up nearly forgetting that.
What?
If reality is cruel, then a lie is kindness. And so, kindness itself is a lie. I'd always hold expectations and I'd always misunderstand. And at some point I just stopped hoping.
Fucking incels!
An experienced loner doesn't fall for the same trick twice. As a veteran on this battlefield of life, I'm an expert at losing.
You're a teenager!
That's why I will always hate nice girls.
Oh, yeah. Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate, the anime!
None of this is making me want to watch more anime, okay? Let's just put that out there.
No, good for you, Barry. Good for you. No, this is like...
It's bad.
Bad in so many ways.
This
is what I talk about, lack of fortitude.
Yes.
Yeah, a lack of fortitude. There you go.
Yeah.
This guy is just. There's something about what you refer to as a lack of fortitude. I know what you mean. There's something about that I just find repulsive.
Probably because he's using the word fortitude.
Weakness in people is just absolutely awful. Like, grow a fucking spine, you shit.
That's what I mean by it. It's the ultimate evil.
To be fair, he's in his youth and he's allowed to make these mistakes right now.
Yes.
That thing he was complaining
that
about.
was yesterday's philosophy. We're dealing with this motherfucker now.
It's the same guy.
I hate him. I want him dead.
It's probably a week later canonically, you know.
Yeah. We need to get Barry. We're gonna make Barry watch bad anime.
Oh no.
I don't. This to me is like you have a social problem, an anxiety problem, and you're projecting it onto other people. You're making it other people's issue.
How are his 2 quotes in the top 10? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, that's a good question. Great question. Next question.
Maybe it's top 10 hairstyles.
No. No way.
He has a boy band kind of hairstyle thing, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got the shag.
Mm.
He's got a shag, dude.
He doesn't have the shag. That's why he's whining.
This dude... Again, I feel like this is less philosophy and more psychology. Sociology.
I hate nice girls.
I hate nice girls. So I'd rather they be mean to me
I like
because...
nasty girls.
It's like, this is the idea that I only believe things that are mean to me. Anything that's nice to me is fake.
How dare they be nice to other people other than me?
Yeah.
Therefore, it's not real.
I like the girls who do drugs.
It's like, I only want you to be nice to me if you're gonna be with me forever. And it's like...
yeah.
What?
Are you romantic or just a weak fuck? I mean... Lord Byron was romantic, and he wasn't a weak fuck at all. So
yeah, this doesn't seem romantic to me. This seems cringe.
Mm-hmm.
To me, romance takes some personal initiation. And this guy's got no personal initiation. Everything is everybody else's fault.
Yeah.
That's a good point. He needs to stop thinking about getting a girlfriend so the end of the world... so it ends the stakes.
Yeah. Nice guy, girlfriend, that's funny, yeah. What's his name, this character?
I can find out.
Oh, I thought you know him. You don't know him?
This is the one that I didn't watch. This is the romantic.
Same. I've never seen this.
Yeah, this is one I haven't
probably a good thing because I would be so mad at this entire show probably.
I mean, to be fair, this guy might get shit on all the time, and that might be the point of the show.
Cathartic.
Yeah.
I want to shit on him now. I'm not a nice girl.
Hate nice girls.
Oh,
if I may, I'd like to pose an interesting question.
I doubt it.
Are all human beings truly equal?
What about the black ones?
That's an interesting question.
It kind of depends on what you mean. Do we treat other people fully equal around the globe? No. Are they rational? From a?
Are they morally culpable? To
yeah.
A degree? Like, I'm assiding from the insane ones that don't recognize that, but we give them dignity.
Yeah. It depends on. I think that the word the problematic word here is truly.
And equal. Yeah.
Yeah.
And interesting.
Maybe he will explain. Maybe he will tell Elmo.
These days, everywhere you go, there's talk about the fight for equality.
Okay.
As
woke
a wise
bullshit
man
out of my
once
anime.
said, heaven does not create one person above or below another. People like to throw his words around. But that's not the whole quote. He goes on to say that while we are all equal at birth, pretty soon things begin to change. Academic effort is what sets some people apart to rise above the others. At any rate, humans change over time based on their actions. Truth be told, at the end of the day, equality is just a fantasy. And most of us go through life denying the fact that we live in a meritocracy.
Oh, Eisen is back.
Well, now, this is the essential difference between right-wing people and left-wing people. Right-wing people believe that everybody start off the same and they get where you are by hard work and so on. So if you're in the shit, it's because you're lazy and stupid. Left-wing people believe in systems of social hierarchy, and when you're born, you're born into that system, and your success or failure is a function of how they believe that system is organized.
I'd feel like what you described as right is like the classical liberal, which is like if you go alt-right, it's actually more sinister, where it's back to being on the unequal.
Yeah, but that's not a real.
But you know what I mean, like as in it's not, it goes beyond that, where it's like they're justifying the inequality, for their own,
but that's like that's more like fascism at that stage. Like that's not.
Well, there's also like the other side of if you're born into a scenario where you have everything, you're not necessarily going to succeed. But the thing is, that's the privilege of failure of like the elite, right? You're allowed if you're too rich to fail, right? Elon Musk has enough money forever, regardless of what he does, right?
P. Diddy's going to jail for only 4 years. He's coming out just fine,
Right.
Oh, he said P. Diddy. He said P. Diddy like it was like a real thing.
This is from an anime called Classroom of the Elite, by the way. So I think that like where this character's coming from is a little bit like it makes a little bit more sense of the question he's asking, because he is actually not. I don't think he's trying to say what is or is not. He's just positing and opining about the social structure that he's found himself in.
John Steinbeck said that the poor, like, how come like Republicans are ever poor? There's a lot of poor Republicans, and he said they're all just temporarily embarrassed millionaires.
Yes.
It's brilliant.
The pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's one of those things where it's a matter of, it's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, right? Like, part of where you're born, what you're born with.
To make fun of that approach. That phrase was invented to mock that whole approach. Because,
you can't pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Yeah, it's nonsensical.
How hard you pull.
Yeah. But the idea, realistically, if you wanted to be most accurate, I think you would have to say that where you're born matters. Who you are born into, like what you're born into, on top of nature versus nurture, are all very relevant factors.
Yeah.
And it's not like, because again, some people are born with one thing or another. Somebody gets born with legs that don't function, and that is going to be their scenario. And like if they're born into a family that has X resources or Y resources, it's going to change the trajectory of their life. Now, that doesn't mean you can't overcome things, but but the variables are so great that you'd never be able to properly plot a path.
The one thing that we're all actually equal on is the fact that we're all human, though.
Yes, yeah.
And we're the lucky ones out of the hominids, We're this little tiny finger on a branch filled with like dead relatives, in terms of the rest of the hominids. So
it's one of those things that everything is relative. Yeah. Right? So like it's always going to matter based on what you're comparing yourself to. So you can say that like conceptually humans are all equal, but societally we don't operate that way. And we do that on purpose for some reason. Why do we do that? Because we're humans.
After this video, I know we've been going a little bit longer, but I did bring a link to the Ghost in the Shell one that I think would be a good one too.
Oh yeah,
like an actual Phil quote.
Yeah, I think we're almost done.
Today,
I wasn't counting.
Equality is just a fantasy, and most of us go live in a meritocracy.
You don't get it. Trust is the same thing as reliance. It's a fault of cowards. I have no need for such weakness. I have many subordinates, many who've pledged themselves to me, but I've never asked for any of their trust. I've asked for their allegiance, but faith is another matter altogether. In fact, I always told them to never trust anyone, including myself. Unfortunately, though, I've met no one who is strong enough to actually heed that warning.
Yeah.
All creatures need to obey. No one can survive without trusting someone they feel is better, more worthy than themselves. To avoid that responsibility, those who are worthy look even higher, searching for more superior beings. And those superiors do the same, looking for even stronger individuals they can believe in. That is how all kings are created. It is also how gods are born.
Voters in the riding of Battle...
You heard what I said.
I like how it begins with Eisen and ends with Eisen.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it has nothing to do with being a coward for trust specifically. Like,
I feel like he's exempting himself again.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Eisen's a special little boy. All right. Eisen believes himself to be a special little boy. Eisen believes he's better than everybody else. Eisen believes he's like basically going to become a god. That's like his whole.
He practically proves it too, almost. You know. So.
Yeah. He seems at least consistent. I
Someone
think.
can just shoot him.
Well, I mean, he does die. Yeah. Oh no, he doesn't. He gets caught. He gets put in prison forever.
Oh, okay.
And then they let him out.
Take him out at one point. Yeah, they take him out at one point because they're like, shit.
they take him out on a wheelchair and go, here, Gramps, like...
take care of this for us. We're having a problem. We're having an issue. I think that there's a difference. I don't think somebody has to be stronger than you for you to trust them.
No.
I think that's absurd.
Trust is just repeated observed behavior over time, you know?
Right.
It doesn't have to be. You can trust somebody without knowing anything at all about them.
That's true. I guess it depends on how, like, what are you trusting them with?
Yeah.
Like, and how like, deep that trust is, or are they just telling you they have a pet dog? Like, and you believe them.
Okay, so everything's relative again.
Well,
everything is relative.
If I'm walking down the street, like, I'm pretty much trusting anybody that's not doing anything threatening, you know? But that's the repeated behavior that I'm observing, so, like...
Yeah, as opposed to the repeated behavior of a person, it's a repeated behavior of the collective. So, like, you walk down the street, you don't expect to have somebody randomly come up and stab you. It's not impossible, and it does happen, but it's not, like, you're trusting that in general that's not going to happen to you.
Well, then it depends on how you feel about it, and the whole thing is projection. Some people generally think people are generally trustworthy, and other people think people are generally untrustworthy.
Well, if you want a really good example of this, just look at the difference between the way men and women walk to their cars at night.
Mm.
So perception absolutely is very relevant to trust, and whether or not you just trust the scenario that you found yourself in.
I've been watching women walk to their cars at night for many years now.
Is it like the same three? I don't entirely disagree with Eisen. I think that there can be a problem between trust and reliance when it becomes dependency, and not a healthy dependency.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it necessarily makes you weak.
Oh, but then there's faith and allegiance, which, like, you know, what are those two? But
just talking, you know. It's just horse shit. Like, I mean, what the fuck?
I think part of this is just him pontificating because, you know, he's a bad guy and he gets to do his bad guy monologue.
You needed airtime on the episode to complete the...
We gotta let Eisen talk and make him sound like he sounds profound, but he doesn't. He's just an idiot. just an asshole.
All, freedom is a kind of justice, and without justice, we can't have free... Just put any two words in there.
Do we think that Eisen's last one there was philosophy, though?
Resilience is a kind of virtue. Just doesn't matter any kind of words at all.
I mean,
word salad.
It was word salad.
About halfway through.
Courage is a kind of pride.
Insert pride. The thing that you were not expecting that was going to happen is Eisen is just Jordan Peterson.
Jordan is a kind of Peterson, and after all, we cannot have Peterson without Jordan.
All right, we got our last one.
What's going on here?
This one's a little long. I didn't proofread it.
Okay, do I need to jump it forward?
I don't know.
That's the spirit.
All right, it's fine.
Oh, sorry.
Thank God it's in Japanese.
That's okay.
あんなプールの話を聞いてんじゃねえよ。
恐れ、不安、孤独、闇。それからもしかしたら希望。
希望？真っ暗な海の中で。
海面へ浮かび上がるとき、今までとは違う自分になれるんじゃないか。そんな気がするときがあるの。
She's a robot.
Well, a cyborg that's almost like 99% complete, to the point where she can't tell if she's not a robot.
Yeah.
She thinks she's human.
I think the idea is that she was human, and she's had so many parts replaced that the question is she still a human? Yeah.
Oh, like my dad. Okay.
だからこうして大気中でも飲んでいられる。それが可能であればどんな技術でも実現せずにはいられない。
Yeah, listen, if you can't get drunk anymore, I feel like that's a good line. Like if you're gonna pick when you don't count as being a human anymore, it is like I've got so many replacement parts that I can't drink.
She didn't pick it though. She was born that way. She was like a fetus, like an unborn child, like in a car accident or something.
Oh, okay.
All I mean is that if you're going to pick a line about when you're not a human anymore, why are you drinking beer then? She doesn't even look like she's drinking good beer. She looks like she's drinking like I bought this at the convenience store. Like,
yeah.
You what are you doing?
人間の本能みたいなものよ。代謝の制御、知覚の鋭敏化、運動能力や反射の飛躍的な向上、情報処理の高速化と拡大。電脳と擬態によってより高度な能力の獲得を追求した挙句、最高度のメンテナンスなしには生存できなくなったとしても文句を言う筋合いじゃないわ。
俺たちは休暇に魂まで売っちまったわけじゃないんだぜ。
確かに退職する権利は認められてるわ。
Yeah, that's just slavery.
記憶の一部を慎んで政府にお返しすればね。人間が人間であるための部品が決して少なくないように、自分が自分であるためには驚くほど多くのものが必要なの。他人を隔てるための顔、それと意識しない声、目覚めの時に見つめる手、幼かった頃の記憶、未来の予感。それだけじゃないわ。私の電脳がアクセスできる膨大な情報やネットの広がり、それらすべてが私の一部であり、私という意識そのものを生み出し。
It's getting kind of intense.
Yeah, no, it's a real philosophy thing. So.
Yeah.
それが沈む体を抱えて海に潜る理由か。暗い海の底で一体何が見えるってんだ。
Oh, this is the concept of like I don't feel, so I'm an adrenaline junkie.
This is Descartes though.
Yeah.
This is just Descartes' entire thing. So like the anime is called Ghost in the Shell, which is a rip on the Ghost in the Machine, which is Riley's quote, which is he was Daniel Dennett's PhD advisor, so it goes into philosophy of mind stuff, I think that's it.
Oh yeah, there's some other machine talking in the background,
Yeah.
or somebody talking in the background. I mean,
But that was pretty much it.
It's
like, are you you?
Are you
really
you? And what makes you you? And what are the boundaries that confines and identifies you?
That's like the same thing in Blade Runner, then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable enough blowing people away because they're not really people?
Well, I mean, humans have the ability to sort of sever that thought process or emotional process. Where, I mean, you can do it from like a propaganda standpoint where you convince a society that this other group of people is lesser than you. I mean, we're seeing that happen in a lot of recent...
That's what propaganda is.
Political propaganda. Yeah, right. But beyond that, when you are someone who is trained to shoot somebody or kill somebody and it's something that you do on a regular basis, you sever that identifier, that thing that is like, oh, I've just killed a human and like that matters.
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with what that piece we just saw. She's talking about what makes up her as a person.
Yes. I mean, contextually, she also is like an assassin. She runs around killing people.
Oh, okay.
If you
fair enough, sorry.
I mean, you start questioning whether or not you are you, like are other people, then it gets into solipsism too, so
yeah.
Well, yeah, part of this particular character is that everything about her has been made up and built explicitly by somebody else. So, like, I mean, yeah, you can say, like, two people banged and shot out a baby, but they don't like there's not a whole ton of gene editing going on, you know what I mean? Whereas in this case, everything is like a very intentional, you're getting this, you're getting this, you're getting this, and it's like quote unquote
Like,
your
her memories are mechanical,
yeah. So I mean, it's a complicated question, and I don't think it's one that can be answered. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's a question that really has an answer. It's an open-ended sort of.
There's different ways of looking at it, and you can answer like the different ways of looking at it, but there's no like over.
It's what I love about that movie. Like, that's what I thought was like a type 10, thing. So.
Yeah, this would be like if I were. Yeah, how is this not in the top 10? Like, there's been like there wasn't even any Full Metal Alchemist.
No.
And Full Metal Alchemist is very much has a lot of philosophy in it, and that wasn't in the top 10 either.
Or Neon.
Evangelion.
Evangelion. There's no Evangelion. No Perfect Blue.
Yeah.
Or no open micro dash.
No Ghibli.
Yeah, no Ghibli. How do you have no Ghibli in your philosophy? Like, Princess Mononoke and Nausicaa are entirely commentary on the relationship between nature and technology.
And Violent Crisis.
Yeah.
Violent Crisis is all about philosophy.
Appleseed, even.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, Appleseed.
Yeah.
Appleseed.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop's got more. Even Trigun has more philosophy in it than
Trigun.
Yeah,
that's an entire ethical thing is Trigun.
Or Dragon Angel, that's a good one.
But so we don't have to do the quote for Trigun, but the Trigun one is, do you save the butterfly that's caught in the spider's web?
Right.
Like, because the spider will starve now.
Yeah. And I think that okay. So here's our conclusion for today. I think this is I'm making the conclusion today because I feel like what we've gotten to is we don't agree with that list of top 10. We're gonna have to come back with our own list at some point.
No. Also, no.
Barry's not gonna play. Barry, just get one from Fruits Basket.
Anime stuff.
Yeah, you have to watch a bunch of anime, all of it.
All of it.
In 1 month.
I have to watch all the anime, all of it.
All of it in 1 month.
Okay. It can't be that much, right? I mean,
no, what we're going to do is me and Opie can do the work. Me and Opie will come up with a couple of examples. Maybe we won't do 10. Maybe we'll do 5. Right? And then we will present them to Barry. And then Barry will be the deciding factor.
And we'll see if the other two schmucks
I shouldn't be in charge of that. That's too much responsibility.
It's okay. All you have to do is show up and critique us.
Oh, I can do that.
Criticize us. That's what you'd have to do.
Yeah. I can do that.
Anybody else wants to maybe do guest work too? We could even have like a pitch hitter, for episodes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. We got. There's anime fans out there that we can bring in. I feel like there's even more philosophy in some of Dragon Ball Z than some of what we saw.
Dragon Ball Z.
The Dragon Ball Z, the show about screaming.
I go back over the first 3 seasons of Dragon Angel. I'm pretty sure there's some philosophy in there. Like, is he a dragon? Is he an angel? We don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like philosophy. That just seems like a.
We'll see.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a good time. We'll see you guys next time, next month. Bye bye.
You've probably had a question that you have thought about throughout your entire life, whether it be like, where am I going in life? What am I going to do with the rest of my life? That is a philosophical question, regardless if you're just wanting to know what kind of job you're going to do or whatever. It's still a philosophical question.
I'd say life is a choose your own adventure book. And what philosophy does is it does that thing where you say, you can go to page 20 if this happens, or go to page 80 if this happens, and on page 80 it just says you die. When you're playing those games and you just skip that bit and you don't go to page 80, you decide to go to page 20 after all. That's what philosophy can do for you.
One key trait about philosophy is that there's like unresolved arguments all the time that never can come to a consensus or agreement. It's always disagreements constantly, but that's actually part of a trait that's actually really good.
A little bit of philosophy makes you Deepak Chopra. Studying philosophy makes you an alcoholic.
But the question here, Dave, is, what do you mean by a little?